But the funniest thing about it was the dude tried to like half blind shot him as well. So he like pretended to put his money in, they just tried to jump over, and old mate just grabbed his chain and gone bang, bang. And then he tried to throw one at the other guy as well. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Show and Go. This is sort of a show that we started during COVID last year, so we've decided to bring it back. Going to be touching on a bunch of different topics in and around. We've been a little bit leaguey lately, and which is great. That's one of our best form of content. When with Scope sort of coming on and Mayhem and doing the show, we thought us three will get back together and talk about a few things happening in and around the world. So welcome to the show, boys.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Hosting now.
Glad it's not on Zoom as well.
Yeah, that was always fucking annoying.
Shout out to the OGs that tuned in during COVID. We smashed out a lot of episodes in that little stint, so
that got me through, bro. Got me
through
lockdown.
You were an ISO season by yourself.
Oh fuck, just with the two girls
just
as well.
Doing
they
TikToks
weren't working.
With the misso.
So fuck.
Everyone had like weird mics too. Like my mic's always good, and then your ones, that little shitty mic over in
but then
Auckland.
remember your used to fuck up as well all the time. You couldn't
I was just lazy to get the thing going.
Dialing in through AM radio.
All right, best thing. First thing that we're going to be talking about is Gallon versus Huni. Who wins this fight?
Oh, after last night, so when we went up to Brisbane in the vlog, the gym that we were training at, Huni's done Huni. Someone's going to correct me for being incorrect. Is it Huni?
I believe so.
It's Huni, yeah. Apologies.
Excuse me. Don't want to get knocked out by him.
No, not at all. There was a bit of footage floating around of he being knocked out. I think that may have been the reason why he missed the fight. He was supposed to headline the NRL boys fight a few months ago up in Townsville. He's a beast. He's easily, obviously, our best heavyweight prospect in Australia at the moment.
Man, do you know Willis Meehan? Bro, he's a fucking gun, man. He used to be a footy player. And Gal come out very early on. He goes, I'll never fight Willis Meehan. Right. Oh, that was early on. He might fight him now, but he's in with Sonny Bill now. I reckon he'd be the best, but he just gets in a little bit of trouble.
How old is he?
Be about 25 now, I reckon.
Yeah, right.
He's a freak, bro. He's a freak. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's almost like, it sounds ridiculous, and a guy commented on our page, like, Gal's like the Jake Paul of Australian boxing. Like, everyone hates him, but everyone, like, he keeps tuning in. He keeps knocking people out. I thought Hunt would have been too much for him when we had Hunt in the office, but obviously Hunt didn't deliver, and Gal took some big shots in that fight.
Jackson, has Gal earned some respect by now?
Oh, yeah, I'm done. That's what I was about to say. I'm done doubting him. He could fight fucking Anthony Joshua. I'm going to back him now. I've been wrong on Gal literally every single time he's fought.
You always come out with these fucking outlandish statements, bro.
Obviously,
why do you always do that?
There because I don't back Gal every time. So now what I'm saying is no matter what happens, I'm backing him.
That's the journo in you, eh? Those little outlandish statements.
He seeks the headline.
So are you saying if Gal fought Anthony Joshua, you'd back him?
No, read
That's
the
what
room.
you just said.
Yeah, but I'm being facetious. Do you know what facetious means?
No, I don't.
What I'm saying is I've
words.
bet against him so many times that now I can't bet against him. So I'm going to back him to take out Huni. I don't know if I should because every part of me is saying he's going to lose that fight, but he just keeps proving me wrong, man. I'm done doubting the guy.
22 years old, 4 fights, 3 knockouts. He's 6'4". He's got an obviously clear height advantage. Does that matter?
Well, that's what we thought in the...
Yeah, Lucas Big Daddy Brown.
Lucas was huge.
I don't know what happened with Lucas Big Daddy Brown. He's the biggest human I've ever seen. I've sat next to him once at a local boxing fight out in Punch Bowl. Huge. And obviously a lot of people are huge next to me. Like, you've got Big Daddy Browns at the moment. But literally, he's an animal. He's on the back end of his career. He did have that huge knockout. I think it was over at Wembley in a matchroom boxing card a few years back. I don't know. I'm in with the fight tonight. I'm very much in Jackson's boat. I just can't doubt Gal anymore, even though the boxing purist in me thinks that Huni's going to get it done. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to tune in. We're going to go down the local and see what's going on.
This is what I said after the Jake Paul fight. I've got to get the boxing purist out of me because in this weird world of combat sports that we have now, it doesn't matter. It does. Obviously, I'm not saying fundamentals don't matter, but these outliers, there are outliers like Jake Paul and Gal and guys that can, Sonny Bill to a lesser extent, that can come into the sport that are just naturally gifted, athletic, and just fucking work hard, and they get not favourable matchups, but they pick the smart matchups. Like Gal wouldn't be taking this fight if he
didn't think he could win.
If he didn't see something, you know what I mean? And
that's sort of the hard thing about boxing is once you lose, it's kind of like a massive stain on him. Where like UFC, like look at Nate Diaz, like he's
best loser of all time.
Yeah, he's mastered the art form of losing, and even after he lost, Izzy went up to him, and go, bro, you're the man. So it's a little bit different. Obviously, I won't talk on boxing because I've never even thrown a punch in my life, thrown a couple, whatever. But lead up, man, trash talking's a big part, and marketing's a big part, and I enjoy the marketing side of it. Man, I love Gal, man, but it's just a little bit awkward.
Is Gal the best billboard of all time? Those shirts that he always rocks every press conference, he's got all his sponsors on it, repping them.
He dropped NRL 360 about 4 times in the press conference as well. He's like, you wouldn't come on NRL 360, you wouldn't come on, and Fox just going, yes.
Yeah, so obviously that's a part of the game that's sort of moving forward. But like you said, like, you got to put some respect on Gal's name, on Sonny Bill's name, on Jake Paul's name, because they've taken the time to actually learn an art form where boxers, and I heard Jake Paul talk about this on Impulsive, where he goes, we've taken 5 years to learn their art form. Why don't they spend 5 years trying to learn how to make content, and they'll be making the same amount of money? Yeah. So that sort of transitions into nicely. We'll start with Mayweather, Logan Paul. Obviously, you're tuned right in. Me and you love Logan Paul. You're not a Logan Paul fan, are you?
I am now. Yeah, I'm converted.
What made you change?
Oh, no, it's just, it's when sort of obviously hang around you guys enough, the appreciation for the dedication, the appreciation for like the brains behind the marketing machine that he is.
That's it, yeah.
Like, I just hated getting compared to the cunt. But
you have got a bit of Logan Paul in you.
It was the blonde hair.
Yeah, no, remember when he done that edit and he had the emo cut?
Yeah, it was torture.
Looked exactly like him.
Yeah.
I read a crazy stat the other day that Floyd Mayweather made more money in that fight than Michael Jordan made in his whole NBA career as just a pure basketballer.
Different times, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not... But
still pretty crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Still pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Jordan also didn't have, like, the longest career of all time in basketball.
Logan Paul, he's 0-3. I think he's going to be rolling into more fights. I don't think this type of entertainment or content is going anywhere. Obviously, the TikTok versus YouTube fights happened as well. What was your thoughts on that?
I thought the most interesting thing to come out of it was Scott Coker, the promoter at Bellator, saying that he would do Logan Paul in an MMA fight. The other thing with Scott Coker is he's signed Dylan Dennis, who is
that's the fight,
the nemesis to the Paul brothers in terms of social media beef.
He's annoying.
I find him fucking hilarious.
Like, you know, he comments on everything.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know how people do that. You see that sometimes? There's always that
there's
Instagram account on every Sports Center post, and I'm like,
I'd
love to do it, but what the fuck else am I going to do around here?
Do you know that Stephanie chick?
Yeah, that
fuck, she's annoying,
chick. She always cops it too.
Richard Jefferson's another one. He's always on all the Sports Center NBA stuff, where he's like, so is LeBron the GOAT after every fucking post? I'm like, bro, do you have nothing else to do?
Yeah.
It's a good way to sort of grow your engagement, you know what I mean? More numbers and stuff like that.
Logan Paul's only next fight is Dylan Dennis. Like, I don't see anything else. But the weirdest part about the whole UFC, MMA thing is like, Scott Coker said he'd do it, and Dana's come out and been like, nah, we'd never touch that. That's bullshit. That's ridiculous. And they can't put CM Punk in there with Mickey Cole, who's like legit. So I think if the money's right, you could very easily. It's not. The world is so weird at the moment in combat sports. Dana coming out point blank and saying he'll never fight in the UFC means fuck all. But if the money's right, he'll do it.
On that topic, you look at like world-class athletes like the Charlo brothers. You know who I'm talking about, those two. They're all for getting Jake Paul involved because they want to be on the undercard. Like,
they're the next generation of fighter. They're the younger, smarter fighter who aren't, not super young. The Charlo
Who's the kid that always hangs around Logan Paul in that? And he does
Ryan
TikTok.
Garcia.
Smart.
He's smart. He's a smart one out of them.
Speed bag guru.
Sort of speaking about money, I heard Jake Paul talk about this again, that like he's publicly saying that UFC fighters are getting underpaid, and it's up to, if anything comes out of this, it's up to Logan Paul and Jake Paul to talk about it, because if anyone else talks about it, unless you're a Stylebender, Conor McGregor, someone who's going to bring in money for...
Even those guys don't talk about it as much because they are at the higher end of the earning spectrum.
Yeah, they don't care.
So they don't care. So I think that's it's not a smart ploy. I mean, I'm sure, like we said before with the Paul brothers, everything's calculated, but it's amazing that people outside of the sport are bringing attention to that, because it's something that we spoke about when we were having coffee the other day. The fighters can't do, because if Lukey's ranked, if Lukey's ranked 15 and he gets offered a fight and he says, no, we need more money, this is ridiculous, and turns it down, I'm unranked, I'll just take the fight and leapfrog him, and so on and so forth. You saw it with, was it Damian Maia got a title fight a few years ago when all the Woodley Wonder Boy stuff was like, they just go down the pecking order until someone takes a fight. Inevitably, it's some unranked fucking no-name who will just take it for pennies. And if the fighters don't unionize, like obviously in a lot of sports like the NFL Players Association, the NBA, they all have these amazing, powerful player unions, NRL to a lesser extent as well, where they can go and bat on behalf of the athlete, whereas the fighters don't have that. They're independent contractors. So...
I think it's the catch-22. It's exactly what you said earlier on the whole content piece. Go learn how to do 5 years worth of content. And you look at a prime example of that, someone who's getting main event slots, Sugar Sean.
Yeah.
He's been podcasting, vlogging, doing everything he needs to do to build his own brand. So then when he goes to the UFC, it's a partnership.
As he was saying.
And it's not just like not super last minute where they're the press conferencing just going, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah. You know,
like,
So I think a lot more people like who's Ricky Martin comes out and doesn't want to fight because he said the money's not too good after getting smashed by Stylebender. Just learn the content piece. You can't just, even someone like a Francis Ngannou, like he's come out and said the money's not good enough to fight John Jones. But yes, he's done a really good job documenting his story, doing the Rogan podcast and everything like that. But it was the UFC that discovered you and put you through the marketing machine that is the UFC, which is a multi-million-dollar enterprise in itself, or $1 billion enterprise. Isn't it $4 billion?
Yeah.
So I think it's
5 years ago too.
Find the balance. Obviously, the money should be better in the UFC because they are risking fucking everything. But then also figure out how to get your endorsements up. Figure out there's much more money to be made outside of the UFC than inside the UFC. Look at your Connors. Look at all the other people that have leveraged the platform that's there to then go and build their own empires.
Yeah, the last Stylebender, he does that perfectly leading up into fight nights. Sort of Monday, he'll post something. Tuesday. So every day he's promoting a CBD oil or engaged merch or that Culture Kings collab. He's getting a clip.
Yeah.
So that's where the other side of marketing sort of comes into. It's not always about getting pay-per-views, which is super important, but everything in and around it, you can make a fuckload more money.
The new model pay-per-views really aren't that important at all. Like, unless you are...
I don't think UFC fighters get a clip of all that as well.
It's the main event slot, and I think if the co-main events are belt title fight or something, someone will correct me. They get a little clip, but it used to be that was the model. That was where you made your fucking bread and butter. So that's why everyone used to like.
But no one had a phone then. Everyone had TV. So the only way you could actually watch it was on TV, not streaming it on Facebook with Uncle.
No, they'll come after us.
Oi, turn the phone sideways. We can't see the fight. All right, last Stylebender versus Bobby Knuckles. Bobby Knuckles called him out after the fight. Exciting for us down here. Obviously, New Zealand versus Aussie rivalry. They've got a bit of history as well. How do you see? It's going to be in Auckland, hopefully. Yeah, I think Izzy's calling the shots, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the one with all the leverage now. It's got to be in Auckland. They can sell that bitch out. Be cool to do it in like Dunedin, like one of those proper big.
Oh yeah, like an undercover. Yeah.
I don't know what the.
Roll into a 660 concert. Fuck. I'm off.
Kick-on's down old. Was it Caxton? No, Caxton. What's the uni student street down there? I forget. But yeah, it's got to be in Auckland. Uni. Izzy has all the power in that one. He's kind of cleared out. Well, not kind of. He's cleared out the division now. So a rematch with Whittaker. You know what I wanted to see as well, and I saw some whisperings online. Nah, Nick Diaz.
Ooh,
same weight.
Same weight class. And I know people are going to be like, he hasn't fought forever. He's fucking loses every fight. So does Nate. And we all tune in. Like, watching Israel beat a guy, he's going to beat Whittaker again. It's probably going to be closer, but he's going to beat him again. He smoked him the first time. It doesn't do as much for me. It's cool for Australasian combat sports, but I would much rather see him get like one of those proper high-profile Nick Diaz comeback fights, sell that bitch out in Vegas, do a bit of crumping beforehand. I don't know. That's just something I saw online.
I disagree. I'd rather see the sort of local, and I think there's enough interest in world sport and world UFC to go like, this is the fight that people want to see as well. Didn't Rogan say he'd come over and do it with the last one?
Yeah, and then obviously he didn't, but I don't know.
He doesn't travel anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely Rogan come out.
When you're on 100 mil a year, just
who wins though?
Gives a fuck.
You'll be
Stylebender.
Yeah.
But I don't know fighting. I'm just biased towards New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm torn.
You know Izzy's going to win. You know Izzy will win.
Yes, you do.
I just don't see how it changed. Like, I don't see how much it changes because Stylebender's a better fighter.
He's a better fighter, and they've both fought before, and since neither guy has gotten overwhelmingly better.
Rob was coming
and it's in the home ground. Then he's going to have the whole Auckland City kickboxing crew underneath him. So they're going to sort of build that.
Stack it, bro.
They built that narrative last time when Hooker and all that fought. Like, you come into our land now. Like, once you get all that sort of storytelling and the boys are rocking up to Madai's and shit like that.
Not to tug on the heartstrings, but with the passing of Falvake as well, like, you can't underestimate. Like, I mean, you've been in professional sports environments before. Like, you were obviously around the whole
when Sonny and that passed away. Yeah,
that bond inside those like high level, high intensity.
We had a shocking year that year too.
Yeah,
ruined us.
It's a proper. It's different, and those boys I know for a fact, like, they're going to be tough to beat for the next while with that in their sort of the back of their mind.
All right, sort of rolling off the back of that, could you do an Oz versus New Zealand completely? Like, would the boys from, say, someone like Ty, would he fight a Justin Tafa?
Nah, so
or are they just all boys?
That's why we were talking about it yesterday, because we were thinking it's going to be hard to do it here, just logistically and cost-wise from the UFC, because you've got to fly everyone, obviously, to New Zealand. 2 weeks of quarantine, and it's super strict even when you get there post-quarantine, especially with all the vaccination stuff now. Obviously, I haven't been home, but it's going to be a logistical nightmare. So Luke goes, we'll just stack it with local talent. But the problem is you're not going to get... Well, Dan Hooker's not going to fight... what's the old mate's name? Not Jimmy Crute, the other guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Carlos Olberg's not going to fight Jimmy Crute. You're not going to get these Aussie versus New Zealand heavyweights and lightweights. Kai's got no competition at flyweight. in Australasia.
Start training now, man.
Yeah, unless you cut a bit of weight, mate. So I don't know.
But what's stopping them more international fighters just doing an 8-week camp in fucking Sydney and then flying over like
Cost.
Yeah, but they fly to Vegas and stuff and do camps over there.
They don't do their camps there. Very few people are doing their camps there at the moment. Unless I might be wrong, but as I understand, like a guy like Israel or someone like that, they fly the 2 weeks before.
Well, what about just come 4 weeks? How long do you have to be in Aussie for before you can just roll into... Oh, you'd have to quarantine here first
2 weeks,
as well.
2 weeks is quarantine, so you're in a hotel.
Yeah.
Off the back of that, you then got to at least get your 2 weeks of training in. So it's hard.
There's a way around it, obviously.
But also the UFC doesn't cover that. The fighters would, they'd cover you getting there.
Yeah.
But the fighters would be covering their coaches, their staff, their training.
Yeah, they reckon as soon as you fight, you got to put 15% to the side.
That's
and
it. So
a pretty reliable source.
It's a tough one. Unless, look, you know what they can do is pack the bitch with Aussie, New Zealand talent fighting off against a lot of the Asian fighters. Dagestanis will come do it for fucking $3 and a hot meal. Like, they don't give a fuck. They'll smoke chips. You. They'll smoke all the Kiwis and Aussies, but that's probably the way to do it. It's going to happen. It'll 100% happen.
Time this year?
October. He's back in October.
Yeah, he's active.
It could be like when they fought last time. It was NRL Grand Final weekend. Remember rolling straight from Izzy?
Yeah, they were
straight into
that was cool.
NRL.
So yeah, rolling to the NBA. Obviously, the Suns are a hot topic right now. Devin Booker, is he the coolest player in the league right now?
Fuck yes.
He's pretty cool.
Smacking Kendall Jenner, drives cool cars, always
properly as well.
Yeah, and obviously the hot topic off the back of that is CP3 as well. Obviously, you're a basketball fan as well.
Yeah, I love CP3. I know he's a bit polarizing, and people for whatever reason don't like the guy.
I don't know why. I respect him, but I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the way he plays. I think he's awesome to watch.
Could it be a locker room thing that just like gets around the league and he's just a bit of a bad dude?
Obviously, he had a bit of a falling out, but
just moody. He's just a moody cunt.
Moody has got competitive. Yeah, you got to look at everywhere he's been. There's been success, but there's been success to a point, and then they fall, and it's.
But who's he had?
Oh well, I mean, he had the squad in LA when he was with the Clippers.
Oh, true.
They should have won that, especially when they lost. They lost to the Kobe and the Lakers, I think.
No, they used to smack the Lakers back then.
Yeah, they lost in the Western Conference Finals to someone that they should have beat. Anyway, that DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford, and they had the gun coaching staff. Like they should have been way better then than they were. And then obviously had the big falling out with Austin Rivers and all that, and punching on in the locker room. But the Suns are a hot topic right now. If I tell you what, if things don't fall the way they were supposed to in the East, which is looking a little bit dicey at the moment with both the Nets and Philly, they could fuck around and win the championship this year with just those two boys and a young DeAndre Ayton, which would be sick.
Yeah, they're going to
come out of the West. We mentioned yesterday, they match up, in terms of overall matchup, the Clippers are a nightmare matchup for them just because of their length and shooting, but fuck, at the moment, they're a red-hot favourite. Like, you take them in that series.
Kawhi was on one yesterday.
That's what I mean. Like, if Kawhi and Paul George and those boys are on one, they are so athletic and such a good shooting side that when they're on, the Clippers are a night. They were my team to come out of the West pre-playoffs, and that was looking dicey for a minute there.
Is that a Jackson hot take?
No. Well, if you listen to Billy Ballers, tune in. I've been saying it for a minute. I had the Bucks.
Paul Gallen versus Anthony Joshua. I'm backing him every day. All right, so we'll jump up into the stands. A fight that went viral. Suns in 4. What'd you make of it, Lukey?
Fuck, I love that shit. It was like a proper mad like hockey brawl. Like he's just grabbing him here and like hitting him with uppercuts and shit like that. Oh, hey.
Not the new merch dropping next week. Don't fucking ruin this.
Yeah, we go. Nah, so I thought it was a giggle, and then it was mad. Devin Booker comes out, he goes, need details or something on Twitter yesterday for him, and just then the whole bar still got behind him. He was a stoolie. They're making merch for him. He was on
Dave Portnoy show, the best show in the world.
Are they making merch for that guy?
Yeah, bro. So basically he's interviewed him, and they're, all right, we're going to make merch for him, and he's got 3 different t-shirts, Suns in 4, like one of him smacking him. Pretty much what we wanted to with YKTR Sports, and he's getting 50% of the clip back as well.
Fuck.
But the funniest thing about it was the dude tried to like half blind shot him as well. So he like pretend to put his money in, they just try to jump over, and old mate just grabbed his chain and gone bang, and then he tried to throw one at the other guy as well.
So he was saying the blokes they tipped a beer in his head, and it was sort of like to the point where it's like, come on guys, and then it just erupted, and then he just teed off, and you know that the guy is getting fucked up when his mate's standing right next to him, not doing anything either. So they're like,
it's an awkward way to punch when you're punching downhill, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
You'd rather be downhill than uphill, I reckon. But then if you miss, you're falling down, aren't you?
I'm a nightmare on both. I can't imagine.
Like on Fortnite, you'd rather be up high, low.
See when the Warriors stands up.
No, fuck no.
All right, back to the land of the long white cloud. Super Rugby final. Blues versus Highlanders.
Our Highlanders.
Low-key, YKTR Sports is behind the Blues. Oh, fun fact, Jackson, the Blues haven't made a final in 18 years.
Oh, I know that. Don't worry about that. That's not a fun fact. I know that. Yeah. Oh, no, well, me and Lukey are honorary Highlanders fans at the moment just because...
Aaron Smith looks after us.
He looks after us. We're mates with All Blacks and that. But mate, I haven't seen the Blues win basically in my lifetime, so I'm a Blues guy through and through.
They win 01, 04 around there. When
Carla Spencer days. Yeah, but again, I was young then, Bred. I don't really
They were
remember
fucking
that.
elite.
Yeah, but they were sort of... like maybe kind of 05 Tigers-y, very flary, very throw the ball around, maybe a bit ahead of their time in that respects, whereas now the game's opened up a little bit. They are your Caleb Clarks, Rico Ioanes, Akira's, like they're fucking made for this sort of game. I think they should, and I say that because I'm a fucking jinx of all time, but they should put a bit of a score on my Highlanders.
Don't start down yourself.
We'll end up in a documentary like we did for Scope.
Yeah. So, but look, we love our rugby union, and obviously it is going to be a push for us to kind of get more content in that space.
Yep.
Both locally and internationally. Internationally, obviously, being New Zealand. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait.
Wallabies boys went into camp yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, get ready to get pumped.
Yeah. Why?
Extra week training.
Yeah. If you looked at the Super Rugby table, it was just New Zealand.
Yeah.
Aussie, and there's a clear difference there.
They
but
jagged
you know
a couple.
what?
They jagged a couple. The Reds jagged a couple.
Yeah, but like some like the Wallabies beat the boys
Recently.
last year, eh? Yeah. So
I was looking yesterday.
yeah, that's right. Because I was rolling around going, not a training run.
Yeah.
And then beauty, everyone's after
Smacked
me.
them.
Yeah. I think it's in around a month's time. Bledisloe sort of rugby. I think Australia play France potentially as well.
That's not Bledisloe.
No, but then Bledisloe is like pretty much straight after.
But
that.
there's no Sydney game, so our best chance is probably head over to Perth and watch the boys. So who knows? You guys got money, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, shout out to everyone that's listening to the show. Obviously, we're going to get behind the Highlanders. Do love the Blues as well, but our boy Aaron Smith. So thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.